he'll be here.
You don't think? No?
You never know.
Maybe he will.
We'll know when he walks in the door.
My money's on 6 on the dot, before 6 o'clock.
You can't say he doesn't share. Okay, why don't we get our work session going here? Was there any additions or corrections to the minutes of the February 23rd meeting? No. Not, we'll accept them as read. Abstract audited vouchers, any concerns there? No. Okay, list of correspondence, we have a few pieces tonight. First is from the Town of Lancaster Building Department, providing a report of building permit applications, open complaints and inspections and so forth from February 12th to February 26th, 2026. Any concerns there? Okay, second is correspondence from New York State Department of Transportation requesting assistance with the communications to New York State DOT for coordination to complete the local seeker process, site plan reviews, zoning reviews, and other similar processes when work is being performed within the state right-of-way.
So I had a question on that. It seemed like it went everywhere, like it was just like a form letter they sent out to everybody. Do we need to change anything, or are we following their I guess, procedures correctly? Do you know, Matt?
Excuse me?
Sorry, I know you're chatting. We have correspondence from the DOT about just asking that we follow the right protocols and whatever when submitting for the seeker process, site plan reviews, zoning reviews, and et cetera. Do you know if we currently follow what their process
I don't
is?
think the village does.
We don't follow their process?
They don't follow the secret.
Okay,
Unless I'm not a part of the process.
okay,
So, I mean, whether or not the project's already been through
Mhm.
or responses, a referral should be made to county development
Mhm.
and the other agencies, right?
Yeah, well, I know with
This may
the,
be that.
yeah, with the pocket park, we did get feedback
Okay, good.
through the planning
So-
process from DOT.
With that, whether or not the project has any DOT permitting requirements.
Right.
Which is unlikely.
Mine does, yeah. The pocket park does, oh, yeah.
So the permitting should be,
Yeah.
should begin that process.
Yep.
Probably a good idea is to get going with the firm 33, it's a pre-application.
Yeah, they submitted, they sent us details on what we need to do. I just wondered as like, if there's things that the village should be doing to make things easier that we're not, and,
Even if you follow it to the T, the DOT is historically known for the last guys on the bandwagon to get projects. It's just
Yeah.
an unfortunate truth.
okay, all right.
Maybe we should file that and refer to ZBA and planning commission as well, just to make sure they have it.
That'd be a good idea. Okay, that all, Gavin?
Yep, I was just curious, yep.
Third is correspondence from Julie Curtis of Lancaster Beautification, providing a special events application for beautification, spring cleanup, and weeding and so forth. And that'll be held on various dates in April and May in 2026. I don't think there's any problems with that. Correspondence again from Julie Curtis. Same thing with its beautification for fall cleanup to be held in October. And that's all we have for listed correspondence. Let's go, we have 4 resolutions this evening. Resolution is to schedule a special meeting on Thursday, March 19th, 2026. And again, it's up to the board to canvass the results of the LoSAP referendum vote being held on March 18th, 2026. What would be a good time for this 5-minute meeting?
Anytime for me.
We have planning commission that evening at 7, so I mean, it could be as early as you want it to be. It could be 4 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock. I mean, you need a quorum, you need 3 board members.
So I would prefer earlier, because I have to be down in North Collins at 5:30. So if we could do like maybe 4? Would
4 o'clock work for everybody?
Yeah.
All right, why don't we go for 4 PM then? And it should take all of 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's 19th.
Okay, excuse me, our second resolution is in support of increased aid to municipalities and strengthening New York State local partnership, and there is a full resolution in the packet. I think we should do that. Third is resolution authorizing myself as mayor to sign and approve a lease agreement with Copier Fax Business Technologies for a Konica Minolta C3351I color copier for the upstairs conference room for use by the Historic Preservation Commission and other municipal boards at a cost of $88.05 per month for a term of 5 years. Think that's reasonable?
Yep, and so that'll replace in the back room there, the big unit. It'll be just like a desktop unit, and just 8.5 by 11. But it doesn't get used a lot, but there is a need for it for the historic commission.
Yeah, that seems
And you'll have,
reasonable.
then you'll have be able to use it as needed as well.
All right, very good. Fourth resolution is authorizing myself as mayor to sign and execute the Downtown Revitalization Initiative Program participant grant agreements related to the completion of improvements to properties using funds to be provided through the New York Forward Initiative Small Project Fund Grant Program being administered by the Village of Lancaster for the following properties, and it's 5497 Broadway and 5500 Broadway.
Yeah, so this is the small project fund projects for the Mason's Lodge and for Frosty's. Last meeting, we moved forward the one for Artemis Tattoo. We're still waiting to hear back from the one at the corner of Clark and Central, but hopefully we'll hear back on that soon.
Okay, very good. Okay, and that's all we have for listed resolutions. Committee reports, we'll do a follow-up, finance and claims. Chairman Miller.
I have nothing.
Okay, anything for finance and claims?
I'll just say, well, during the meeting, I'll remind everybody the LoSAP vote is on the 18th in this building from noon to 9.
Public Works.
No
Chairman
update,
Mikely.
no update for Public Works.
Okay. Public Safety, I have nothing this evening, although we're looking at some things on Clark Street. Again, we're waiting for the weather to break for that crosswalk to get started and put in. Once it's permissible weather-wise to do it, it'll get taken care of, we bid out and so forth. And I suspect we'll have it in by, beginning of summer, maybe mid, not a big project. Building lights and codes, Chairman Mikely.
We had discussed on and off here in the past, there was a quick conversation about having an e-bike law. So the town is in the process of doing that. And the town law, when passed, would be all encompassing and would affect us as well. So it makes more sense to go along with their law as opposed to having the police have to enforce one law in the village and one law outside the village. So that's ongoing, and hopefully we'll have something within the next weeks or months. That's it for now. That's all I have.
Okay,
John?
any-
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I would say, I know you were looking into Airbnb regulations.
Yeah, so I was going to actually bring that up as well. I've been thinking and speaking to and listening to comments on Airbnb regulations for a long time. I know I asked all of you your opinion. I was planning on bringing that back up to the surface soon. There's a government association meeting on, I think, the 26th, where I just saw today Kevin Hardwick was going to be giving a presentation on that. I can't go there that day. I've got a overnight meeting in Syracuse for work. I was going to either ask him for his presentation slightly before or after, or ask if anyone else here went. Could you just take some notes for me?
Yeah, I plan on attending.
Yeah, that's in my notes. I just didn't bring it up right here.
Yeah, I'll be attending that meeting, and
Okay.
so one way or the other, we'll get you the
It was
information.
soon after that. My plan was to do that sometime in the early spring anyway, so. Is that what you were going to bring up?
I was going to bring up the meeting, so yeah, in case you missed it, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And anything else, John?
No, that's it.
Okay. Human Resources?
Human Resources, the only thing that I have there, I'll have an unlisted resolution this evening. At the request of Judges Hadsell and Bumbelow, we had the appointment recently of a court clerk, which is going fine as I'm to understand, but it has come to their attention that there's only one court clerk, so we don't find ourselves in the same situation that we were going without an employee for a while. They were asking if Ashton Moore can be placed as a temporary employee through the end of April to train along with the new hire that we also had, but just as a temporary basis to cover for vacations, illnesses, things like that. So I'll be making a motion for an unlisted resolution.
Okay.
Are you okay with that, Mike? Is there?
I think that's a
can you
good idea.
carry that?
Yeah, they would, she currently works 3 days. I believe the intent is that she could work the additional 2 days
Oh, okay.
in the Justice Court.
Sure.
But we can be flexible as needed.
Okay, very good.
That's all I have.
Right, community events?
Nothing else other than we're still working, meeting usually like on a weekly basis now for both the car show coming up and the 4th of July. Other than that, I have nothing else.
Okay. Economic development, I reached out to Tom Schuster, I haven't heard back from him, trying to follow up on this to see if he's still interested in purchasing that property on St. Mary Street, and if I can't, we'll just take it off the list. Other than that, I have nothing else at this point. Sir?
So all I have for sewers, there was a, for the Pleasant Avenue project, there was a pre-bid conference last week. 6 contractors showed up. Attendance is not mandatory, so it's possible there will be more bids coming in. And the bids are due for that Wednesday at 11 a.m. So we'll have more report on that next meeting.
Okay, very good.
That's all.
Grants, Chairman O'Brien.
Thank you. Just briefly, Plum Bottom Creek, we've been having regular meetings to get status on that project. The best news is that there's not really anything to report. It's moving along. There were some delays for thaws and whatnot. They did say they were hoping to add some more laborers to kind of keep the job progressing, but they feel like they're on target for completion by the beginning of next month. We had a pre-construction meeting on the ZEB grant. That's moving along. The main determination as to when the chargers will be installed will be procurement. It seems to be there's a bit of delay on getting these chargers. We knew that. We anticipated that there was going to be a delay. Once again, that's for the level 3 fast charger. So I will keep this board posted on that. For the comp plan update, we are expecting to receive the final draft this week. So hopefully we can move to approve that at next meeting if that arrives in time. We had a public information meeting about the TAP-funded Central Avenue Improvement Project. It was very well attended. I think we had about 30 people there for the meeting. We're currently collecting feedback, so if you have any thoughts on any aspect of the project, whether it's the streetscape, mobility hub, any of that, the project engineer, Bill Ratka, is actually accepting the feedback and compiling it all. His email address is on the project webpage and the village website. So if you have thoughts on that project, please weigh in. That's why we're collecting the feedback, to get those thoughts and come up with a final design down the road. For the pro housing grant, we actually did not receive that. We found that out. So we're going to pursue that technical assistance for zoning, likely through Erie County's DEP. Every once in a while, they do municipal planning grants. That is the grant that funded the comp plan update, and it seems likely they will also be interested in funding our zoning update as part of the implementation of that comp plan. And finally, we met with Lori from ECIDA about other grant needs going forward. She's going to keep tabs on the DEP process to make sure that we're made aware of when that grant becomes available and we can pursue it. But that's it.
Okay. Anything for Chairman O'Brien? Not Tech and Marketing?
I have nothing this evening.
Okay, and Climate Smart, Chairman O'Brien.
I forgot to put my notes in here, so I'll do it off the top of my head. We had Climate Smart Task Force meeting and Forest Advisory Board meeting last week. We're really excited. We have a lot of trees to plant this year. We have a good plan going forward to get that done. Thanks to Ryan and Wayne for all your incredible work that you're doing and you and the guys at DPW are doing to get those trees planted, and for Amy for coordinating all of that. This past weekend, the village hosted a Dare to Repair Cafe. If you don't know what that is, essentially people are welcome to bring in broken items around their house, whether it's vacuum cleaners or toasters or KitchenAid mixers, things that might normally be thrown out, and let our volunteers take a crack at fixing them. It's completely free for people who bring in items, and we had about 50 people in that day, and it was great to watch people walk in with hopeful look on their faces and walking out with big smiles. I could tell who had their items fixed, because most of them did, but also because the big grins as they were leaving the building. It's a really nice opportunity. It's a nice community event that actually goes beyond our community. I know someone drove from the west side of Buffalo to come to the village of Lancaster to get her sewing machine repaired. Another guy came in from North Buffalo to get his computer looked at. So it's a great driver of people coming to the village of Lancaster, and I hope we keep it going in the future.
Okay. Very good. Nothing else there. We'll go to Department Head Report, Superintendent Cisco.
Since the weather broke, we starting the chip rush now. And we're also going to be doing leaf pickup because a lot of people didn't finish last year, so they're starting to pull them out. We're going to start repairing some lawn damage that's caused by some of the sidewalk plow and some of the plows. So we're taking care of that. And we're also going to be stumping some of the trees that we've removed, which we removed probably 20 of them already. So some of the trees that were pretty much gone, so we took care of them already. And then we did a little downtown cleanup. We power washed all the sidewalks, so, and we started bringing out all the garbage cans and picnic benches and tables for downtown. We just really hope it doesn't snow. Other than that, everything else is pretty good.
Sounds good. Anything for the superintendent?
Oh,
I have not. Clerk Treasurer Stegmeyer?
Thank you. The only thing is, one thing a lot of residents have been asking about is our village-wide garage sale, which we do every year in collaboration with the Lancaster Bee, and I have been working with them over the past week. And I believe they did release the entry form today online, so it is available for the weekend of May 15th to May 17th for village residents. So that is out there, and forms are due by May 1st.
Okay. All right. Anything for Mike? Not code enforcement. Trishelle?
Well, we're keeping up with the ramping up of the season, not like it ever died off. But again, we'll service the best we possibly can. Anything specific that this board needs to focus our attention on, please point that out to us, as we're just responding to complaints and servicing permit applications. We're working hard to get as many of the fire inspections done as possible, but we're pretty limited.
Okay, very good. Anything for me? Chief?
Busy start to the year. We're on pace for over 400 calls again, so. We did receive a $1,000 social media advertising from FASD for Recruit New York, so they'll be running that. They'll be doing a campaign for us the 4 weeks leading up to Recruit New York, which is the weekend of the 18th and 19th. And our recruitment team is working with a couple local vendors to schedule sort of coffee with the firefighters that weekend. Our inspection will be May 17th, so we'll be pouring form over for the special event. And that's really about it.
Okay, anything for the chief? Okay, if not, Cap?
Nothing tonight.
All right, tremendous. Art, welcome back.
Thank you. Everyone is still back with.
Nice, did they autograph it or anything for you?
Nothing to report, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, very good. Okay, and anything miscellaneous, anything you want to bring up?
I think this time last year, there was discussion about doing budget meetings. So I remember even before we were, well, you were already on the board, before the two of us were on the board, we sat in on a budget meeting in March. Is that something we want to look at scheduling at some point? I don't know.
Mike, what's good for you?
The tentative budget has to be filed in my office by March 20th, so it would be presented to you at the March 23rd meeting. So anytime after that, I am looking at taking the week of the 30th off leading into Easter, but I mean, either the week of the 23rd or, first week in April or any time after that.
Tentative budget is filed March 20th?
Yes.
So that's before we look at it.
What was that?
That's before we look at it.
Well, I think it's presented to us, right?
Right, it's filed in my office, and then I present it to you, which you'll get it on March 23rd,
Oh, okay,
or in the board packet for that weekend.
okay.
So I think we would have to look at it and then,
Yeah, so we probably want time to look at it. So probably it wouldn't make sense to do it until April, yeah.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, you could do a couple, and I know, I think typically there would be like one evening where you would meet with department heads to review budgets, and other items, depending on how much time you want to spend all in one evening, or you could split it up into two department heads one evening, and then other items on a different evening. Probably the intent is that you'd want to adopt it by the April 27th meeting. At worst case, we will need a public hearing before April 15th, so that'll probably be the April 13th meeting. Actually, if you want, you could schedule that this evening, so then we can start getting the notices out.
And with the,
Well, you know what, actually, it would be the 23rd. You'd schedule it on the 23rd because you'd have it in along with the tentative budget. So we'll schedule it on the 23rd. It'll probably be for April 13th, or you could choose another date.
Okay.
Just has to be at least 10 days' notice, which we can accommodate that.
Last year we did department heads March 12th, the year before the 15th, so it is right around now we should be doing that, right?
You could do that. I mean, you could meet with their request. You wouldn't have the tentative budget
Yeah.
corrected, but you can meet with department heads before that, because you would have their requests, which could be provided to you.
Do we want to do a department head meeting on, well, the 18th is the referendum night. 17th is St. Patrick's Day, which is what it is. We want to do a department head meeting on the 16th, maybe, in a week?
Monday, yeah. You guys, are you ready? The department heads all ready? Do we need
Well,
to?
it would be for, I would provide you with the documents
Yeah.
they provided. It would be a matter of if the department heads can be here on those days.
Are you free on the 16th?
I feel like last year you did like at 4 o'clock, started with,
Yeah, we did one.
I
and
think you
then-
started with Amy, then hit DPW, and then the fire department typically, I think, is later due to availability.
Oh, yeah.
4 o'clock, 16th?
4 o'clock works.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do we schedule that now, or do we do it during the actual meeting?
You can do it during the meeting, just so it's all.
Yep.
So we'll do a department head meeting, excuse me, at 4 PM on March 16th.
Did you want to decide like what departments you want when? I think typically you bring Amy in for sustainability, you have DPW, and I think the fire department, those are the main ones.
Yeah.
And then if you had any concerns on any of the other requests, you could always invite others, but I think.
Yeah, I think last year,
And then maybe after that, you'd have a conversation about like events, if there's needs for events for the coming year.
Yeah, it works.
yeah, so yeah, with that order that you said.
Okay.
Yeah. You want to let them know? Well, assuming that we approve the resolution.
But you could set the
What
times,
time do you
right?
think chiefs would be available by?
Yeah. Later is better. Eric's schedule, obviously, I think he's on that,
Okay.
Is
I
next
mean,
week
we
good
could
okay?
always
Schedule
interchange
time?
events and fire
What's
Is
chiefs.
next week okay?
Yeah,
with you?
whatever works, yeah.
but, yeah, I mean, I'm sure I can make it, and Mike,
Okay,
I'll check it there. Usually,
All right.
lately, he's been off on Mondays.
okay.
So if we put aside, say, like 4 to 5:30 or whatever, and then you can just. put-
Yeah, if we schedule the fire chiefs at 5:30, you could run through Climate Smart, DPW, and, event or other concerns that, general items that you want to go through.
Yep.
Yeah.
That work for you?
Yeah, it's fine.
I'll finalize it and I'll send out the calendar invite, which has the schedule.
All right, sounds good. Anything else, Kevin?
No, I was just jumped to my head because it seems to be that time of year to talk about that stuff.
We're getting close.
Yeah,
Anything else? No, we'll
that's it for me.
just wait it out.